you're doing it full time, depending on how big of a model you are too, how good of an agency, what your track record is, how long you've been doing it for, you can get jobs for around $4,000 for a day's work.
My first 6 to 7 months, I was actually losing money, but now I'm actually able to fully pay my tuition.
Start little. You can't sit down and tell yourself you're going to do this every single day for the entire year at the beginning of the year as a New Year's resolution. You have to start day by day, and you have to start little by little.
The University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign is home to the co-founders of YouTube, PayPal, and Tesla. And to this day, that entrepreneurial spirit is undoubtedly still alive. Today we're going to be talking to some of the current students about the things that they're working on. So let's get right into it. What makes you money in college?
I'm currently a model, and I've been doing that for around the past year. That's what makes me money in college.
So you're a model, and how old are you?
I'm currently 19 years old.
19, and how does somebody even get into the modeling industry at this age?
It's kind of a hard industry to get into, but if you want to tap in, it's not too bad. I personally got scouted out through Instagram, but I know if you want to get in the modeling industry, what you do, go on models.com, search up the best agencies in your area, try to live in a big market such as Chicago, New York, or LA. From there, get some digitals, super easy photos of your face, profile. That's it. Submit them online to a website. Hopefully an agent will reach out to you and talk to you, and then you kind of just go from there.
And how much money can somebody actually make being a model?
I'm doing it part-time, so average job for me would be around $800 to maybe like $1,200, $1,500. If you're doing it full-time, depending on how big of a model you are too, how good of an agency, what your track record is, how long you've been doing it for, you can get jobs for around $4,000 for a day's work.
And also, what are some misconceptions some people might have about the modeling industry?
I'm trying to think of a good answer to that. I think the easiest answer to that is, all looks, no brains.
Yeah.
That's kind of a misconception, kind of a bit of a truth in that, but but some stereotypes are sometimes true.
On that note, what's your major down here?
I'm a financial planning major right now.
And what are some cool opportunities you might get being a model?
I've been invited to different venues. Through your agency, you can get connected through different events, which is really cool. I lived in LA last summer. I went out there for acting, modeling. That's actually how I got my start. Just basically through your network and photographers and different things like that. You can go to some pretty cool spaces.
And I know at this age, it's really important expanding your brand. So what are you doing to expand your brand and kind of grow your image in college?
The biggest thing about, I would say, modeling is definitely social media and trying to hit that hard. I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not the best at it. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm just trying to be consistent and post quality content. Another thing I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to start my own clothing brand. A lot of models model for a bunch of different brands, but you don't really start your own. That's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. Social media and trying to start my own clothing brand.
That's awesome. And for somebody to get in contact with you or know more about you, how can they find you?
You can search me up on TikTok, CRISTINLAGER. Same thing as my Instagram, Christian Logger. Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate it.
What makes you money in college?
I'm actually a day trader.
Being a day trader, how much do you really make from that?
My first 6 to 7 months, I was actually losing money, but now I'm actually able to fully pay my tuition.
How long have you been trading for?
I started teaching myself back in COVID, so about 2.5 years, but it only actually took off, I think, in October.
What does your trading strategy to be able to turn that profit actually look like?
Actually choosing a company, I try to look more at their fundamental things, so like what kind of developments they have going on and anything like that. And then I'm going to go more into reading the graphs and checking out the patterns and also looking at the individual parts and individual candlesticks themselves, and then trying to put all the patterns together and optimize when I'm able to buy and sell trades.
What are some of those patterns that you do look for?
I look a lot for wedges and flags. Absolutely love those. Sometimes pennants, but those can be a little bit more dangerous. And then especially when it comes to options trading, I do try to use the Fibonacci on the single candlesticks that are more like doji candlesticks, or I try to use engulfing candles.
And for somebody that wants to get started in day trading specifically, what tactics and strategies and actionables would you say that they can implement?
You have to start with paper trading. Make sure that you do your research completely before you even try to get into it. Just because, I'm a prime example, and I can guarantee that 95% of people are going to be losing money when they first begin. So I'd say do your research and then actually try to paper trade first with fake money before becoming fully confident with your actual trading abilities.
So what's your major down here?
Finance and data science.
What is the most important skill that somebody can build to be successful at something like day trading?
I would say if you want to be successful in day trading, you do have to be really consistent with what you do. You also have to be patient, and then you have to have the right amount of emotional fortitude to it as well, because those three things are going to make sure that you stay in the game for long enough but you're also being smart about the decisions that you make when you're day trading itself.
What makes you money in college?
I'm an undergrad program assistant for the fitness department here at the university. Basically, I just run personal training department here. I also teach cycling classes as well as personal training on the side. So that's what makes me money in college right now.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
And how long have you been training for?
I first started personal training back in 2020, so about like 4 years. I train at Crunch Fitness, train here at the university, and now I train privately. So I've been doing that for almost a year now.
How long have you personally been training?
Me personally, I've been training since like sophomore year in high school. So it's been a minute, like maybe 6-7 years at this point.
With fitness being such a big role in your life, why should somebody dedicate time to fitness in college?
Personally, fitness has a huge relationship between my success and academically as well as just my mental health and everything. So the more fit and the more disciplined I am about my fitness, the better I will perform in all those other areas. So if you're somebody looking to be more disciplined, somebody to improve in your academics as well as just your mental well-being, fitness is a great way to get started about that.
And with you making money from your passion, which is fitness, what would you say to somebody who is hesitant about whether or not they can make money in their passion?
Just like everything in life, man, if you're passionate about something, money will follow you. So as long as you don't focus on the money, it will come. As long as you can show other people that not only are you knowledgeable, but you're also passionate and looking to, make a profit out of something. Because all you got to do is really just ask.
With you doing a little bit of online personal training, private training on the side, how do you grow a brand online to be able to attract clients?
So this is an area that I personally have struggled as well, but I have a lot of friends that are always trying to help me out. And the number one advice that they always give me is just be consistent. If you want to have an online presence, you just have to be like that personal trainer that you always see in a gym, right? You always have to post, you always have to be in people's faces. So the same way that you would try to recruit clients in a gym is the same thing you have to do online. So just be consistent in terms of the content you're posting, and of course have a purpose to it and find your niche.
Consistency being so important in the gym and in business, what would you say to somebody that is struggling being consistent?
Start little. You can't sit down and tell yourself you're going to do this every single day for the entire year at the beginning of the year as a New Year's resolution. You have to start day by day, and you have to start little by little. So maybe instead of saying you're going to post a TikTok every single day, now you're just telling yourself every single day I am going to maybe record a little clip and post it on Snapchat, right? Make it a lifestyle and something that you can sustain before you can make it a big goal.
What is something you think that you've struggled and something maybe you can improve on in your personal journey?
As I mentioned earlier, my online presence, in that sense, I'm very inconsistent just because I find myself to be very busy with everything else, and I have a hard time managing all the things that I have on my plate. As I said, all the positions that I have. But again, this is an excuse. If you really want to do something, you will make time for it and you will find ways to make it work. So that is something that I am hoping to have more time to dedicate towards over the summer.
If somebody's maybe looking for a personal trainer, how can they find you, get in touch with you?
Look out for me on Instagram at Emmet_Y and reach out to me through there. And if you're looking for my personal training account, you can look me up at ENYChamp Fitness on Instagram.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah. Those were just a few of the many stories that we're so excited to share with you guys. And if you guys go to a different university, different city, or know anybody whose story you think we should platform, let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys.